So with multiple clips of Lil Tecca's shows going viral and showing that he still has a dedicated fan base where he can make tour money from, it surprised a lot of people because they came to the conclusion that Lil Tecca fell off, especially with his last two projects selling about 35k in the first week compared to his first project We Love You Tecca selling over 60k. These recent clips go to show you that sales isn't the end all be all, and it doesn't really define an artist and how big their fan base is. Well, at least for most cases. And I never really understood why people were so hard on Lil Tecca when his most recent projects didn't perform too well, cause I never really saw him as a superstar like everybody thought he would be, cause he never had that certain charisma about him, and his music isn't really jaw-dropping like that. Now don't get me wrong, he do make a couple good songs, but they're not off the wall jaw-dropping hits, and even Ransom itself was more like a catchy gimmick, which turned into a massive hit. And he's not the type of artist where he's a one-hit wonder, cause he has other tracks like Lot of Me, Love Me, Out of Love, where they're all doing massively well on the Spotify streams. But I feel like what held Lil Tecca back was how people initially perceived him, cause you gotta remember he came out the gate scorching hot, then shortly after that he dropped his debut mixtape We Love You Tecca, and that sold over 60,000 in the first week. And keep in mind, Lil Tecca, he was known to the mainstream less than 6 months and was already doing them crazy numbers, cause if you compare his album to other artists' albums that dropped that year, such as Lil Pump, who did 47,000 with the Harvard Dropout, and that was at a time when people still viewed Lil Pump as like the next big thing. And also Tecca sold more than Trippie Redd too with his exclamation mark project, which only ended up selling 51,000 in the first week. But Trippie, he would quickly bounce back from that and sell 100,000 like 2 months later. But still, for Tecca to do that out the gate for a new artist was damn near unheard of, so that's why so many people had high expectations for Lil Tecca. So once he ended up dropping his sophomore album Virgo World and not doing solid numbers as his fans expected him to do, a lot of the casual rap fans started to write him off and saying that Lil Tecca, he was just a gimmick, his career is over. And even prominent rap media figures like DJ Academics was hard on him too.
I'm saying, anyway, I mentioned a bunch of rappers. I think they're on the chopping block. I'm uncertain about your favorite rapper, Lil Tecca. I think people are looking at Tecca and be like, I think we're off of this. Also, by the way, for every artist, when an artist is getting a little cold, Rich the Kid does it best. They go link up with the hot artists. That's how niggas survive the cold periods. Tecca don't do features. He don't link with nobody. Tecca's like an island, which means if you're in an island, you better drop hot songs constantly, which I don't think he can.
While I do understand DJ Academics' standpoint on Lil Tecca, cause he is somewhat right about him about being a gimmick, I don't think DJ Academics really understands the other side of rap, or at least he's not really in tune to that. Cause prior to his most recent album We Love You Tecca 2 coming out, a lot of fans were really liking and praising Lil Tecca's songs that came out, like Repeated and Never Left, which both songs would end up charting on the Billboard Hot 100. So them songs right there still showed that Lil Tecca, he knows how to make a catchy song. And while I think he'll never have a big song like Ransom again, he's in a way better position than some of his peers that a lot of people group him in, such as an artist like Lil Mosey, where I feel like he don't get enough talk about people asking about his music or wondering what happened to him, cause after he dropped that Blueberry Faygo song, he disappeared. And I know he dropped a couple songs since then, but none of them made an impact at all. And ever since that case he was facing, it seems like a lot of fans of his left. But to get back on Tecca, I think what really hurted his career in the beginning was his PR team, cause he came off to a lot of people thinking that he was too big to do certain things. Like when he declined the 2020 XXL freshman list cause he thought he was too big, which I ain't gonna lie, it kinda looks embarrassing now once you think about it, cause a couple artists on there is doing twice as much, if not triple as much as Lil Tecca's doing, like Rod Wave, Polo G, Jack Harlow, Lil TJ, and even somebody like Fabio Foreign, they're doing around the same numbers. So it's not like the fans entirely just thought Lil Tecca he was gonna be this next big thing, cause obviously him and his PR team thought the same thing themselves. And I think once his last two projects came out, especially Virgo World, it was more humbling for him, almost like a Roddy Ricch situation, but not as bad. And Tecca right now, he's in a really fortunate and good space in his music career, cause I'm pretty sure he realizes that he'll never be as hot as he was when he first came out, but understands through that time he's built a dedicated fan base where he can make a good amount of tour money cause he know they'll always support him. And that should be the main goal for all these rappers, seeing how many people will actually show up to a show that you do, instead of focusing on first week sales that your label can manufacture. And clearly Lil Tecca, he's gonna last in this industry for a long time if he stay consistent. But these are my thoughts and opinions on this whole situation right here. Be sure to leave yours in the comment section down below. And do you think with Tecca right now going crazy on this tour with a lot of people showing up is surprising to you, or you're just like, oh, this ain't no surprise right here, it's Lil Tecca, he always had a fan base like this? Be sure to leave your opinions in the comment section down below. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Have a nice day.